Hi, girls. We arrive at the end. It has been an intense year, and here we are. And let me thank you, first of all, a person who worked to create this master program and who chose me to direct it. That was David Davidson. And I really think that the work of David Davidson, and who really worked for many years to create something that Mary Beckinsale wanted since 10 years ago or something more. So, plus I want to thank the faculty, the staff, and the leadership of SACI, because really working with you, and it's an oxymoron, but it has been relaxing because all of you are always supporting me in my work, and it's really wonderful to work at SACI because of the people that work at SACI. I want to thank Peta Motture, that is here, for her generosity. She agreed to come here end of July in Florence, very hot, so it was, and also because she welcomed us the past February at the V&A, and we walked together along the museum, and she talked to us with very passion about the work she did in renewing all the medieval Renaissance gallery. And she explained us how the object, and especially all the objects that were there, and what were the, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit, I will start it. And she explained us the curatorial choice taken to show the object to the public in order to make them to be still important for the contemporary visitors. And I think that this has been very inspirational, because I think that the work of the art historians is exactly that. That like in a museum, the object exposed, and the way how the objects are exposed, they can't never be given for granted. So in the same way, an art historian can't give for granted any information. And you know better than me, after this year, the way how you work. And you understand during this year how everything written by human beings is charged with bias. And each of you, working, researching, you learn also about the mystification that surrounds an artist and an artwork, as well as you learn, I hope, to overcome your own prejudice about the subject you research. And that's the reason why you wrote great theses. Because I'll go through a little bit your thesis, but really fast. Some of you, Mirto, for example, you have studied and researched a subject that we have to say, like Giotto, that has been overstudied. And you were able, looking careful to the images, first of all, but putting the images in relationship with the context and the space, you were able to say something new that was really extraordinary. Or, like Melissa, you study the Chirico in a specific short period, absolutely unknown. His year spent in USA. And although those years, it seems like something not really important within the career of the artist, at the end, because of your discovery, it turns out that those period was fundamental to re-understand the entire production of the Chirico. On the other hand, Meredith, you study a subject like Caravaggio and his artistic circle in Rome that is so evidently full of prejudice, and it has been so, I would say, fictionalized in the literature. And it's very difficult to try to remain objective. And you learn how to do it during this year. And you have been able to reconstruct the possible connection between and the influences between Caravaggio and a very unknown Sicilian painter such as Minetti. During the year, we focused together on the notion of the paradigm and the importance of reversing it, to reverse the paradigm, to try to fully understand the history and to try to enter into the folds of our history. This has been evident in the theses that focus on women's studies, both Alison and Katie. You study, and you have to, in your study, you have to face all the mystifications that has been always surrounded the female artist, and especially the fact that the mystification has been handed down since the biographer of those women were men. And that's why it is so important to study, as Alison did, personal private documents like journals or letters, because through such documents we can have access to that part of the history that traditional historiography has always neglected. So I want to conclude with a short sentence of a great Italian architect, and there is no need in this school to specify that artists are intellectuals. And the architect is Achille Castiglione, who said, if you are not curious, forget it. And I think that this is not a sentence valid to pursue a career as art historians. I think that it is a sentence that is valid to live as human beings. And thank you to you, all of you.